On the old path, you're stuck staring at endless text-heavy tables, trying to brute force 9 separate clinical indications into your brain through sheer rote memorization. And we know what that equals, right? High exam panic. But on the master's path, we don't memorize tables. We build clinical mnemonics by learning 3 distinct agent personas for instant, reliable recall. Meet our very first persona, sevoflurane. We call this agent the gentle, versatile giant. Think about its foundational role across incredibly diverse surgical scenarios. We're talking everything from your standard induction to daycare surgery, managing liver disease, neurosurgery, and even handling asthmatic patients. It's the gentle giant because it plays a remarkably smooth, reliable role across all of these situations. Now, to make sure you literally never forget those indications, we use the SIDLN mnemonic. Think to yourself, 7 Indian doctors love new airways. Let's actually break that down deliberately. S stands for sevoflurane, I is for induction, D is for daycare, L is for liver, N is for neuro, and A is for asthma. SIDLNA. Whenever you see sevoflurane in a question stem, I want you to immediately think of the gentle giant stepping in for those exact clinical indications. Next up, meet desflurane, the fast exit. Picture this agent as that slippery guest who leaves a dinner party early. Because of its extremely low solubility, it escapes the body incredibly fast. And why is this so important? Well, because extra body fat, advanced age, and bad kidneys all delay drug clearance. So these specific patients absolutely need an agent that gets out of their system quickly. So how do we remember exactly who needs that fast exit? You use the DERO mnemonic. I want you to really punch these words into your memory. Do exercise regularly. Obese. D is for desflurane, E is for elderly, R is for renal, and O is for obese. Whenever you're reading a vignette featuring an elderly patient, someone with renal disease, or an obese patient, your brain should immediately yell DERO and point you straight to desflurane. Our third core persona is isoflurane, the heart guard. Honestly, this one is brilliantly simple. Whenever you see isoflurane, just remember it's eye care persona. I for isoflurane, C for cardiac surgery. That's the whole shebang. It is your absolute, undisputed guard for cardiac procedures. Keep it isolated to the heart, and you will securely lock in those points. But wait, here is exactly where exam writers love to lay a trap for you. You really have to watch out for overlapping second choices. For daycare and liver procedures, both sevoflurane and desflurane are viable options, right? But you need to know that sevoflurane is preferred over desflurane. Similarly, for neurosurgery, sevoflurane is preferred over isoflurane. Knowing the primary persona is great, but knowing this specific hierarchy, that is exactly what separates the average student from the master. Moving on to Section 3, the toxic trio. To totally master these toxicities, we use a super simple matching strategy. You literally just match the letter. E is for enflurane, which perfectly matches epileptogenic. H is for halothene, matching hepatotoxic. And M is for methoxyflurane, which matches the most nephrotoxic. And as a quick bonus fact, it's also the most potent. E to E, H to H, M to M. Seriously, it's that simple. Lock these conceptual pairs into your memory right now. E ties to the brain for epilepsy, H ties to the liver for hepatotoxicity, and M ties to the kidney for nephrotoxicity. If you can clearly visualize these 3 overlapping concepts during your exam, you'll instantly match the agent to the damaged organ without even a second thought. Let's push forward to Section 4, the potency spectrum. Understanding potency is really just knowing that it's the exact inverse of the MAC value. On the far left of the spectrum, the absolute lightweight is nitrous oxide, which is the least potent, followed closely by desflurane. Now on the complete opposite end, the heavy anvil on the right is methoxyflurane. That one takes the undisputed crown for the most potent agent, followed by halothane. Just always remember the extremes of the spectrum. Methoxyflurane is your heavyweight champion of potency. Bringing it all together in Section 5, the ultimate matrix review. Look at how perfectly these mnemonics organize all that chaos into a clean, logical system. In the first group, sevoflurane is our SIDA gentle giant, and we can clearly see its key overlaps where it beats out desflurane and isoflurane. Then, desflurane is our DERO fast exit for the elderly, renal, and obese. Isoflurane is our eye care heart guard. And finally, our toxic trio neatly lines up with E, H, and M. This matrix right here is your absolute ultimate cheat sheet for review. Okay, let's put this fresh knowledge to the test with Section 6, a clinical practice MCQ. Read this vignette carefully with me. A 65-year-old obese male with a history of severe bronchial asthma requires general anesthesia. The anesthesiologist notes that while one agent is ideal for his obesity, another must be prioritized due to his reactive airways. According to standard preference, which of the following is the agent of choice for induction in this specific asthmatic patient? Is it A, desflurane, B, sevoflurane, C, isoflurane, or D, halothane? Take a second. Look at those conflicting clues of obese and asthma. Lock in your answer. All right, time for the master's breakdown. If you guessed B, sevoflurane, you absolutely nailed it. Let's look at the synthesis here. The patient is obese, which naturally triggers our DER mnemonic, right? That points us toward desflurane. But he is undergoing induction and has asthma. That triggers our SIDLNA mnemonic, pointing directly to sevoflurane. So what's the golden rule? Well, while desflurane is fantastic for obese patients because of that fast exit we talked about, it is highly pungent and heavily irritating the airways. Sevoflurane, our gentle giant, is sweet-smelling, non-irritating, and actually bronchodilating. It is absolutely the agent of choice for asthmatics, and that physiological fact overrides the obesity factor for the induction phase. Think about how easy that was to navigate just by using those personas. When you master the overlaps, you master the exam. But this really begs the question. If you can turn a dense wall of anesthesiology text into 3 simple personas, what other impossibly difficult medical subjects could you conquer with this exact same framework?
If you find this helpful for NeetPG, hit like and subscribe NeetPgWallah and share this with your study group. And last, also follow on WhatsApp for daily MCQs. See you in the next one.